There it is. Took a second for it to recognize me. Okay. Hello everyone. Um okay, I have put down lowered the volume of my lapel mic, or lowered the gain, not the volume. I've lowered the gain of my uh lav mic again because I was listening to last time's stream and I maxed it out. I laugh way too freaking loudly. I when I get excited, I get so loud. So, um yeah, I would love for you guys to let me know if this is an okay volume. I'm kind of talking normally right now, but I get loud. Holy cow. Um anyway, hello. Nicholas, welcome back. Vlad, Sean, Melissa. Melissa, can you remind me, what's your Twitch username again? I seem to recall you telling me before, unless I am mistaken, and you are Melissa on YouTube. 1066, hello. Ruth, hello. Welcome back, everyone. It looks like everyone here is a regular, so just want to welcome all of you guys back. And if there are any of you who are joining this stream for the first time or watching the VOD for the first time, welcome. My name is Joanna. I play the flute professionally, and this is me practicing the real behind the scenes nitty gritty. I don't hide anything. Hello, Beth. How are you? But yes, your professor's tips, Nicholas, just another flute guy, were crazy. And there were so many times I was watching back the stream just to check the audio. And there's so many times I just freaking maxed out the microphone. And I was like, hello, it's your first stream. I'm so sorry. I cannot read your name in kanji there. My kanji is very, very bad. My kanji and my Chinese are very, very bad. But hello and welcome. If you would like me to address you by name, could you please write a little something in English that will allow me to pronounce your name? I would love to acknowledge you. But it is your first stream here and you are playing Piccolo right now. I love you too. Thank you so much for joining. But yeah, guys, so I am still working on my setup here. Today was a pretty big moment for me. I finally cleaned my desk. I know that you guys can't tell. Like, look at this. All right. Probably doesn't look any different to you guys because this was the only part of my desk I kept clean for you guys. But just so you know, there were so many things like piled here. Just lots of things that, like, from all the things that happened last year, going through everything was like going through my 2023. I had things from my masterclass in Vancouver and when I played with the Vancouver Metropolitan Orchestra, when I met Jasmine Choi. I had things like from the concert I did locally at the end of October. And then I had things, just a few knickknacks here and there from Italy. So yeah, I feel like that was really good for me because it allowed me to think about just what I've been through in 2023. Was a great way for me to sort of go through everything and then reset. So wow, yeah, looking at my workspace now, I'm like, wow, my mind is so much more at peace. There's still a ton of stuff behind me that I still need to actually go through. I need to go through every single cubby and start to organize things and get rid of things that I no longer look at and that I no longer need. Yeah, And also the closet. Yeah, that closet is closed right now, so you guys cannot see the absolute mess that is inside. When you work with techie things, it is kind of amazing how many boxes you accrue. So I still have the boxes to this, this, and both interface, one interface and one mixer. Still have the boxes for my cameras, the rest of my microphones. Yeah, it's kind of amazing how many boxes you accrue and never look at again, because you think to yourself, one day, this stuff, I'm going to grow out of this stuff and then I'm going to sell it. And then you never sell it. At least if you're me, you never sell it. Partially because by the time you want to sell it, ain't nobody going to buy it. So that's kind of where I'm at. Is it soft? Okay, it's too soft. So let me crank it up, but I will get, so you guys, I was kind of doing this to test. I'm going to crank it up 2 notches. Okay, how is that? Can you guys let me know if that sounds okay? Is that still too soft? Is it soft? How is it now? Yeah, you hold on to anything and everything. Yeah, and it's I don't need to, guys. I think I've used this stuff for like since the beginning of the pandemic. It's been 4 years, okay, for a lot of this equipment. So I think I should probably throw it away. Better? Yeah? Okay. That sounds good. Yeah, okay. I'll run with this and see if I get clipping, because I was going at negative 15 decibels. Right now we're at negative 9 decibels. I was at negative 6 decibels yesterday, and I was maxing it out still. So yeah, okay. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Apologies for the scuff, but you know, that's where you guys come in and help me. So thank you. Okay, so the secret of everyone's home when you go over for a party or something, all the mess is just hiding. Yes, it's all there. Exactly. So I do actually want to go through everything in there. I know that it sounds absolutely crazy because this is my office, but I actually store my extra shoes in here. And there are so many shoes that I just have not worn in 4 years. So I feel like if I haven't worn it in 4 years, I ain't ever gonna wear it. So I have quite a bit to throw away, give away. Throw away if they are, you know, disgusting to give to someone else, or give them away if they're still in good condition. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. But yeah, I am feeling pretty darn good because I actually cleaned my desk. It's kind of amazing. I'm still kind of amazed by it. Like, I'm looking at it going, wow, this is a lot of like real estate that I did not know I had. But yeah. Okay, so where else am I at right now? In my life. I think I'm pretty good. Yeah. Well, I think I'm still processing the craziness that we learned yesterday. So I'm very excited to try that. But yeah, I think that the fact that I could bring myself to clean my office is a very good sign that I am healing from last year. I think I definitely felt that it was hard for me to go through the things, the like mementos of my experiences last year. Like I felt like it was really hard to go to like immediately go through them in 2023. So I just kind of left them piled up and just didn't want to look at anything. And yeah, the fact that I can go through things and throw things away, organize things and stuff like that, I think it's a really good sign for my mental health. I'm going to credit these streams with yeah, I'm definitely going to credit these streams, these regular streams, with my improved mental health. I think that I really needed to come back and talk to you guys. So yeah. Room acoustics have improved with less stuff in front. Maybe. I think I have to see what happens because I do have some hard surfaces here. So I'm unsure what that's going to do to the sound. I may end up having to kind of rearrange my things so that there's not so much bounce back, but we'll see. I will take a look at today's stream. All right, Beth, you still have the sound cranked all the way up. Okay, got it. Yeah, the issue is if I go louder than this, I max out my microphone. Because I get loud when I get excited. And this is an issue that I have had with most microphones. I think the only microphone I have not had this issue on is this one. And it's because this one is very forgiving. So here, like if I talk like this is going to be louder. Hello, hello, testing, 1, 2, 3. You guys hear that that's louder? But then if I go really loud, this thing does not, like if this thing is way more forgiving. There you go. That's probably a good like bit away. But yeah, so I was trying to put the lapel microphone at approximately the same level as this one. I was doing that before, which was at around -6 decibels. But the lapel microphone is not as forgiving. So when I start to get excited, it just clips. And I hate the way it sounds. So I would rather scale everything down. But on this microphone, you can hear that I'm louder. So anyway, back to the lapel microphone. Yeah. No expiration date or time limit on processing. Thank you. I really appreciate you saying that. I sometimes do feel like there is there's an expiration. Also, I hope that this microphone is actually catching me properly there. But yeah, it's nice to hear and see from you guys that you guys are letting me have all the time I need to process. But yeah, I definitely felt like what I've done so far is exactly what I needed. So I definitely took some time off of streaming in the second half of 2023. It was very sporadic. And I think I needed that. But then right now I feel like I'm in the phase where I need to show up and have this routine just for me. And I'm really glad I'm doing it. Yeah. Talking about it definitely helps some people. That's definitely me. If I don't talk about it and if I don't talk about where I'm at in my journey, I get stuck in my head, man. And yeah, I definitely think that seeing my desk all clean now, I'm like, yeah, I think this is like a visual representation of how my mind has finally calmed down, especially after 2 weeks of this, like, you know, consistent showing up for myself with these streams. Yeah, definitely bottling it in is way worse for our mental health. Yep, I agree. The first time that I dealt with caregiving for John, I wasn't as much of a caregiver as I was this time around, but the first time around, I didn't tell anyone. I hardly even told you guys. I think you guys could, some of you could infer that there was something not quite right going on with John's skin. I do have a vlog, and I don't know if you guys can still find it, but there was a vlog from like almost 10 years ago. I'm gonna guess 8, 9 years ago, where I am making a broth. I'm actually making like a salmon head broth because that's a lot of good healing properties. And I'm making it for John. Like, but I didn't explain why I was doing it. And I didn't explain to you guys why I was getting more and more tired. I just tried to keep going as if nothing was happening, which, you know, arguably is not the way to go. So this time around, I'm just like telling you guys, and it has been wonderful, you know, to just not hide it. To be completely transparent, there was another reason why I didn't tell you guys last time this happened. And it was because, one, I was younger, so I was more naive. And two, I had just started dating John. And in my heart of hearts, I knew that he was the one for me. Like, to me, I knew even then that this was a forever thing. But because I had just started dating him, I was very, very hesitant to tell anyone, let alone you guys, what was really happening, because I didn't want the potential for people to tell me to break up with him. So I decided to completely avoid that topic by just not telling anyone what's happening. You know, I look back and I'm like, maybe I did avoid those questions because certainly no one told me that. No one asked me that because no one knew what was going on. So certainly I did avoid the question. But of course, the question I asked myself is, was it worth it? And I don't know, guys. I don't know if it was worth hiding. I still don't know. I waffle back and forth. Sometimes I'm like, yes, it was worth it because then I don't have the extra pressure of people telling me to break up with him. But then there's another part of this, which is like, maybe it wasn't worth it because maybe I should have learned to stand my ground and just tell people to go away if they ask such invasive questions. You know, sometimes you have to just stand up for yourself. And I think I did not have the courage back then to stand up for ourselves. For me, that is. We do the best we can in the moment. Yeah. And I think that, like, you know, early 20s Joanna, like that was how early 20s Joanna, you know, figured it out. Early mid 20s Joanna kind of navigated it. Will early mid 30s Joanna handle it that way? Obviously no. I handled it a completely different way. So, you know, yeah. Let's see. Okay. Flute enthusiast, hello. By the way, welcome. Welcome back. Welcome back. Michael, welcome back. How are you? Are you feeling better? Okay, so they found out what's going on. Good, good. And I'm guessing that you're on like the appropriate medication for that. Good, good. Good to know. Tracy, hello and welcome back. Yeah, you know, and I think Tracy, like what you said here, that I also need to know that my people are supporting me, you guys. Like I may have not have met you guys, but you guys are here for me, and you guys and I'm loved. Thank you so much for saying that. I think mid-20s Joanna didn't wholly trust you guys. And mid-20s Joanna wasn't streaming yet. I think when I started streaming some years back and I started to get to know you guys like this, that's, you know, like I realized that, you know, you guys are a very different type of like community, kind of online community than I think the one that most content creators are used to. And so, yeah, I think you guys being so kind to me in the last few years has absolutely had an effect on my decision to be open about this whole situation. I look mid-20s now. I am not. No. That was 10 years ago. 10 years ago was actual mid-20s Joanna. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's how I feel, Ruth. That when I was in my mid-20s, like looking back, I feel like I was very early on in my life. Um, and just starting, exactly as you say, just starting to embark on adulthood. So, yeah. Oh, Michael, I'm so sorry that it was so emotional. Well, I'm glad you got the feelings out though. That's a good thing. But it sounds like the doctors know what was happening. Um, let's see. Yeah. It's true too, Nicholas, that we don't owe an explanation, but there's something very liberating about being open about what's happening. You know what I mean? Like not having to hide is such a fantastic feeling. Like such a fantastic feeling. Yeah. Exactly. So, I'm feeling great. Like I feel like I wanted to do this cleaning actually 2 weeks ago, but I could not get myself to do it. I just could not get myself to do it. But arriving to today, I was like, I feel like I really want to. Like I have a desire to go through my things, put them away, throw things away, etc., and have a nice workflow. And I'm just like, I think I'm healing. I'm feeling good. So with that said, let's start practicing. So I'm going to get this going. By the way, guys, I was noticing that I was also maxing out my flute microphones. So because I was also maxing out my flute microphones, I have very slightly lowered the volume too of my flute microphones. Just very, very, very slightly. So let me know if it's too soft and then I can bring it up again. So you guys can be my sound people. Okay. Let's take out our flute. Oh, it feels so good. It's nice and clean here. Oy. Yeah, cleaning metaphorically and physically. Yep. It feels so good to return to like a state of being where I don't feel like my brain is hindering me from wanting to do the things that I want to do. Because even while I was kind of missing in action in like the second half of 2023, it's not like I didn't want to stream. I wanted to, but when I actually would think about actually doing it, I would just feel so tired. Like just so insanely tired. Okay, I'm gonna put this here to sort of break up the hard surfaces here. And hopefully that'll make it sound okay here. Okay. Let's head on over to this. All right, cool. Another Nicholas. Hello and welcome, Nicholas Carr. I hope you're doing well. We're starting to practice now. I'll be practicing for about an hour and then I will pack up and enjoy my weekend. Yay. So, I will, what are we going to do now? I think we first need to start the timer. There we go. And then we need to grab my microphone pedals here and my page turner. Let me just make sure that the page turner is working. Yeah, it is. Perfect. Okay. All right, so we're doing harmonics first. Jane, hello and welcome. Nicholas Carr, if you're wondering why I said another Nicholas, just another flute guy here is also Nicholas. Okay. There we go.
I'm trying so hard not to overblow. It is so easy to overblow. Yeah. So I went all the way up to the 8th harmonic, if you count the first one as the first harmonic. And that really tested me to make sure that I'm like resonating that high enough. Okay. Let's move on. We are doing, I never remember if I start from the bass note first. Yes, I do. One of these days I'll remember what the second articulation is. Okay, so we're playing with the bass note of A sharp, middle register A sharp, and then we are slurring to every other note. Okay. All right. I'm gonna try something. Like those low notes come out way more now that I don't overblow them. But I think I want to maybe enlarge the airstream a bit, but keep the air pressure low. Yes, A sharp is B flat. All right, the only reason why I'm saying enlarge it is because I think I'm pinching it a little. So
what I'm realizing is that, like, I just tried it now. It's not so much in widening it, I think. It's actually more, I'm pinching it this way. So I want to keep that open. I mean, we want the corners to turn down, right? I've been trying to do that this whole time. I think maybe, yeah, I need to keep it. Yeah, I'm flattening it too much. Yeah. It's exactly what you do when you flare your nostrils. Yeah. Yeah. You're right. I'm overdoing it. So I need to keep it neutral. That's exactly what I'm finding. Is I am imagining raising my upper lip. That's exactly. I think that's what I mean when I say that I need to keep it taller. Yeah. Also, creative username. Welcome back to the stream. So low notes are weirdly simple and complicated on the flute. What you need to know is that it's low air pressure, but it has to be a constant stream. So it needs to be, you don't actually put a ton of air into the low notes, but it has to be very well supported. So you have to be pushing from your lower core muscles, engage those lower core muscles that are in front of your pelvis, and that will help your airstream stay consistent. That's the sound I wanted. You hear that? Yeah, I think that's exactly what I was working towards. I was like, I can feel that I'm pinching, but I didn't know how. And then now that we figured out how I've been pinching, now it's like, okay, we will now, it's not, I was trying to widen it and that didn't work. I noticed that keeping your aperture taller definitely works. So I have come to the same conclusion. Yeah, exactly. I am exactly noticing that I don't need the corners at all. It's all in the middle. Our embouchure is simply an exit. Man, Professor Alice Dade sounds amazing. Yes. It's because in terms of like, I completely agree with that because this is consistent with my reviews of all these flutes, a bunch of different flutes. It doesn't actually really matter what you're doing on the outside. It matters more what you're doing on the inside. That's what affects like how a flute is played. creative, I understand the confusion. I had the same confusion before. If you practice whistle tones, then you will understand how it feels. So whistle tones is when you put in such a tiny amount of air that you get a whistle-like pitch coming out of your flute. So if we do it on A, I don't know if you guys can hear this. If not, I'll turn on my lapel microphone. Could you guys hear that? Yeah, okay, cool. So that, if you can make that sound, which is a combo of insane support from down here, like engage those muscles and push the air out. You can also actually use those muscles to suck air in. So if you move those muscles out, this is also called belly breathing in yoga. So you use those muscles to suck in air, and then you can actually push, very subtly engage and push those muscles in to, essentially, it will feel like you are supporting the air. Not so much like, not like a donkey kick, okay? Not like, huh, okay? But like, it's more of like a consistent pressure to like control and support the airstream coming out of you. Yeah, so if you try whistle tones, then you'll know what I mean. Hopefully that helps. Exactly, yes. If you're getting a higher partial or a higher harmonic, sorry guys, if you're getting a higher partial or a higher harmonic, it means that yeah, the speed of your air is too fast, because really how a flute works is higher air pressure will yield higher frequency notes, higher pitch notes. Lower air pressure will yield lower frequency notes of whatever fingering you are using. So that I have absolutely figured out and essentially proven to myself by trying all manners of flutes. Every single flute works the same way. All right, so this is definitely like a generalization that you can make amongst all flutes. Now, exactly where those flutes resonate in the mouth, that's different from flute to flute. Lemonade, hello and welcome back. Okay, it's a little bit of a challenge to keep the embouchure tall as I go lower and lower, especially jumping like that. So I'm gonna drill it a few more times to get it into my system. All the best, Michael. Get well soon. Put on your lip ointment as prescribed. I still have a tendency to overblow. Like I can actually hear it now when I'm hitting a higher partial instead. Okay, we learned from that and we're gonna leave it for now. Otherwise, I think I'm gonna start getting really tight. But before we go on, I am going to share my tip for a creative username in terms of a lip balm. I'm gonna be completely real with you guys. I only use Vaseline. That's it. I don't use anything else. Now there's a very specific way that I use it though. At night, right after I brush my teeth, I use a soft bristle toothbrush, and you just run it over your lips 2 or 3 times. Don't scrub. You're just lightly running the toothbrush over your lips 2 or 3 times. And then I wipe it dry with a towel. And what that does is it does a very light exfoliation, very light. The skin on your lips is very, very fragile. So you only do it, it feels like you're just passing over it. You're no scrubbing, okay? And then right after that, slather on the Vaseline before you go to sleep. And the next day, usually my Vaseline has completely like just rubbed off by the morning, but my lips stay healthy throughout the whole day. If I don't do this, that's when I get the lip cracking and stuff, especially when it gets cold and chapped and stuff like that. But that is how I prevent my lips from getting chapped. You're probably wondering, wow, Joanna, where did you learn this skill? I learned it from Reddit. And I decided to try it because I had some Vaseline laying around and it's like no extra cost to me. And I'm not joking, guys. It is the only thing that works. It's specifically the very light exfoliation and then slather it on before bed. And then the next day I can just like not have any Vaseline on the entire day and I'm completely fine. Yeah. I have totally paid for the very expensive lip balms and stuff like that. Nothing works as well as this. Yeah. Do I also feel like I can hear the overtones? Yes, and I'm getting slightly confused. Because part of me is like, I'm hearing the overtones. Am I actually cracking it? But yeah, I hope that was helpful. Yeah. Yeah. If you have Vaseline laying around, just at night, right after you brush your teeth, run your toothbrush extremely lightly, 2 passes over your lips, wipe it clean with a towel, and then slather on the Vaseline. Like I do a pretty good thick layer before I go to bed. Like it looks like I have lip gloss on. Like that's how much Vaseline I put on my lips. And usually by the morning is completely like wiped off. And it's fine. I can go the whole day. Yeah. Orange juice would mess up her embouchure. Very individual, of course. I wonder if it's because of the acid, you know, the citric acid. That could be it. All right. Oh, your doggos. Michael, that's cute. Void, hello, and welcome back to the stream. How are you doing? Okay, we're going to do a tiny bit of circular breathing. Okay. It's definitely getting better doing it on my own hand. Like I'm doing it more more readily. But doing it on the flute is a different issue. I'm going to see if I can hide it with trilling. There's one good one in there. I'm taking it. I'm taking it. You know, Vlad, I also thought for a moment, did you really have a kilo of pumpkin seeds in a single day? Glad you didn't have it in a single day. But interesting, bruised your tongue. Huh. Tribal, hello and welcome back. How are you? That's awesome. Ruth, I think it's so cool that you're a flute teacher. Your flute teacher was a Broadway professional player. That's so cool. That is really, really cool. Okay, so today's theme is tall embouchure for the low notes. We will try to keep that in mind as we do this. So we are doing 259. Okay. 259. Where are you? 259. 259. Oh, it's one of the long ones, but there are lots of low notes, so we do actually want to do this. Okay. They're little half scales, and it looks like we are doing it on C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp harmonic minor is what we're doing it on. Is it 259? It is, okay. F sharp harmonic minor. All right. Besides the tall embouchure for the low notes, I need to make sure that I raise my airstream higher in the mouth for those high notes. So it gets right up into the roof of my mouth and a little bit further back. We're going to call that good. Woo! Okay. Kept in mind a few things. Tall embouchure, a lot of support, whistle tone like playing for low notes. And then for high notes, I was trying to make sure of two things, which is to keep it high and a tiny bit further back, at least for my head joint, that's where it is. And then keeping supported and supporting more when I'm descending, because that's what we learned in the last few days. And I think it worked out really well. Hunt Artistry, welcome back to the stream. How are you doing? How are you doing? Okay, cool. That was very good. Definitely put into practice a bunch of things that we figured out in the last few days. So I'm feeling very good about that. Let's update what we're gonna do in the Moyis. So let's see. 392 is for next time. So let me put this in here. 392. Oh, you know you did it right when you feel like you had a nice like ab workout, like lower ab workout. Feels good. Okay. All right, this time for realsies, we're going to start from Q46 in the Ibert. Okay, very cool. I guess that's exactly what we're doing. Okay. Ah. Not that you guys could see what I was doing there, but you know. Okay. Does it go to the E flat? Yes, I was right. Okay. Trying to think of it in slow-mo. Trying to think of it in slow-mo. Oh, play the higher turnarounds with whistle tones. Ooh. Well, I can try actually just in here. It might be interesting to do it here. Okay. I can, that wasn't very good, but I could feel what my support was doing. I can actually feel when my support lets go. Okay. Ooh, clean. Whistle tones vibrate up here. Yeah, nowhere near the back. They're all up here. Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know if that is like a difference in just head shape. It could be. Thulio, hello and welcome from Brazil. Wonderful. Hey, and you play the French horn, you study the French horn. That's great. Thank you for joining me. That's such a high praise to get the attention of my brass friends here. That's awesome. A lot of us in here double instruments, so you're in good company. Are your lifeless low notes coming from a lack of resonance? It could be one of it. It's quite multi-layered, right? Because it's like there's air pressure, there's support, there's where are you resonating it in the mouth, you know? Lots of different things to think about. And ideally what you do is you think about one thing at a time. But you have to understand that up until you reach the end, when you put all the pieces together, your sound is not going to be 100% like at the level that you want it to be, even after you've fixed one or two or even three things. So yeah. Awesome. Okay. I'm going to give this a whirl again, this section here. That time I did a better job thinking of it in slow-mo. Okay. It is so hard to convince yourself to think in slow-mo. Wee. Oh. So flute enthusiasts, it has a very good point about if your flute has not been looked at in a long time, very likely your head joint cork is dead. And what happens is that if your head joint cork is not fresh, it basically doesn't, at least my understanding is that it doesn't seal properly. And because of that, it will make your low notes very resistant and inconsistent. So there are some days that they'll be fine, and then other days that they'll be not fine, and it's completely inconsistent, and you will feel like your flute is just gaslighting you. Also, the high notes get very resistant, extremely resistant. So that is, I do agree with that point. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, that's awesome that you have a resident tech in your flute choir. My gosh, you guys are spoiled. That's awesome. Gotta practice that. Okay, it's actually kind of amazing how I think I've been overblowing this section too. I think I've just been overblowing in general. Like I'm just working too hard, you know? Yes, Nicholas, you are exactly on the dot correct. That is exactly what I noticed, is that every time there's a change of direction, my support lets go. Yeah. And I think I overblow to compensate for it. I think that's what's happening. So if we go back, okay, besides the finger fumble there, yeah, I've definitely been overblowing because that's the first time in my life that I've been able to make it all the way to that last A without an extra sneak breath. Because I think before I was just wasting all of my air. And I actually kept up the support this time. Ibert is 20th century, I believe, right? Jacques Ibert. Yep, 1890 to 1962. 20th century. Hey, Chris, hello, how are you? How's life? That is wild. I have definitely been working way too hard. I've been like 100%, I've been overblowing before. Okay, I do want to keep going. Yeah, because we still have time. So we're going to skip to before 51. Okay, I understand now. I understand how other professionals keep playing forever. As it turns out, they're not overblowing. They're just giving just enough air pressure for that note to come out, and that's all you need. The rest of it is just support. That's it. I have been overblowing to Kingdom Come for this entire time. Well, no wonder I felt like I was dead by the end of this piece. And with you guys' response, I think we are correct. Yeah. I am working I feel like I'm only working like 20% the amount of effort that I used to. And also combine that with thinking of it in slow-mo. You hear all those runs? I haven't touched those runs for a long time. Since what, like last week? The week before? Just straight up didn't look at them until now. Yeah. Oh, this is so weird, man. It is actually so weird to not work so hard. Yeah, working harder but also less at the same time. It's weird because like you're not blowing as hard, but you're definitely supporting way harder, you know? But then it also means you can last really long. There are some extra breaths I took in there I don't actually need anymore, but I just took them because I'm used to it. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, there's one thing I do want to fix though, is when I get up to the high A flat, I'm kind of flattening my embouchure. I need to keep that tall embouchure going still. Yeah. You got me. That's exactly what I was doing. I was in all those repeats, I was realizing I need the support for the A flat, that high A flat on the B flat below it. So I was starting to kind of like fiddle with that. You hit it right on the head there. Yeah, it sounds like we are basically the same player. All the same issues. It's the like is it the overachiever in us? Is it like that Asian overachiever? Is that what it is? Overblow a little, overblow, overblowing. Still tending to overblow there. Oof. All right, good night and enjoy your dinner lemonade. Enjoy, enjoy. Thank you so much for joining. Yeah, I agree, Nicholas. I always feel like I'm not doing enough, but then once I let myself push, it all goes out the window. It's crazy. Whereas I just kind of need to let it happen. Yes, same. I think a lot too. As soon as I let go, everything just works. But it is nice to know what makes up the technicalities of why it works, you know? Which great segue I think what we'll do is for next time, let's start at 61. Yeah, great segue, because it's when I do Genshin music, I just let go. So I want to try it on some Genshin music first, and then I'll do this one, Rapid as Wildfires. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay, so I notice I do a tone color change when I go up into the high notes. There it is. I kind of want to bring that to the Ibert. Lucas. Oh, another from Brazil. Hello. You're a beginner trying to learn enough to play in church. Fantastic. Oh, thank you so much for your sweet words. I appreciate it. Sounds relaxed and effortless. Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I want in here in the Ibert, but I think in the Ibert, I think too hard. Ideally, that's how I want it to sound. Okay, let's do a little bit of Rapid as Wildfires. A little bit. I think I want to visit the beginning of it now. Sorry, guys. love. I'm going overtime. I should be done now, actually. But what do you want to do? Leftovers? Unless we don't have enough. Do you want to make rice? Or do you want to make... Yeah, I want noodles. What kind of noodles? Or... Oh, I guess we could. Up to you. Oh, it's fine. You want to say hi? Want to say hi? No, they can't hear you because I have a lapel mic.
Hello.
There he is. Okay. What kind of noodles though? Okay. I'll be ending like now, basically.
Whatever.
Okay. Okay. I'll think about it. Okay. Yay, Hubs. Hubs. Okay. We'll play a little bit more and then I really should go. Ooh. Okay. Here we go. Let's see. Overheat. So I think we will call it for today. Yes, the hair is back. I am back to my long hair again. I know that for you guys, it looks like it grew very fast. And I guess in a way you could say it grew pretty fast, but actually what happened was that I was missing in action in for a lot of 2023. So it just kind of looks like it suddenly grew out. It's really funny because like if you look at my early 2023 streams, my hair is still pretty darn short. I didn't realize just how short my hair was. But yes, the hair is back. It's back. I think I'm going to probably do sort of like a long layered cut because it's still a blunt cut right now. Yeah, it was shoulder length. And now all the way back to long hair. Okay. Wow. I'm feeling good. Definitely feeling a bit like, wow, I just did an ab workout, which I think is ideal. I think that's actually what we want to feel like. So let me switch back. Ah, yes, very good. It has, chat has not broken. So I'm going to clean up now. Towards the end was very velvety and powerful. Wonderful. Thank you. Guys, thank you so much. And really, it's because of you guys. Thank you so much for helping me. Yeah. Sounding really good today because of all the fun little professor tricks you have been sharing. I think maybe it's just meant to be because every trick that you are sharing has solved some issues that I personally have been thinking about my own playing. The low note thing was really starting to be a problem in late 2023, and I really didn't like the way it sounded and I wanted to fix it. so that fixed it. The other thing was like making my way through the Ibert without dying. And it turns out if you don't overblow, you don't work as hard. And then if you don't work as hard, you won't feel like you're dead. So, yeah, you know what? I think it was meant to be. It was meant to be for us to be, all of us here, to be online together at the same time. Yeah, your tricks have really addressed the exact problems that I have been ruminating about. So, yeah. Yeah, it took you forever to find out that. I'm guessing you mean blowing your low notes the wrong way. Yeah, I could sense that I was doing something not quite right, but with how like counterintuitive the better way is to play low notes, I don't think I would have thought of it if you didn't tell me. Growing. Oh, growing as in getting beefier. Got it. Yes. Same. I was doing it the wrong way too. Because I also wanted it to be like, because I thought beefier means more air. But you know, as it turns out, that just gets you a higher partial. Oops, sorry guys. I realized that you guys probably want to see what I'm doing. But yeah. You found a great prof, man. You found a great prof. Wow. That is like, actually, it is actually just insanely life-changing. Because this means that like now I'm finally understanding like, oh, that's how people you know, last so long through this like 20-25 minute concerto. This is how the breaths last for so long. This is why they don't sound like crap by the end, you know. Yeah, this is absolutely answering a lot of the issues that I have been struggling with. Sean the flutist was the one who told me about the very subtle stabilization of the flute with your opposite hand as you change fingerings. And holy cow, that is like yet another thing that is just fixing the issues that I have come across. So yeah, all in combination, you guys have really come through and helped me. So thank you. I appreciate it. Truly, I would not be as good of a flutist without you guys. Oh, fun fact. I hope my student doesn't mind me sharing this, but they told me today that they were kind of like lurking in my VODs, the VODs of these streams. And they told me, because they have been around in my previous streams, like back when I was on Twitch and stuff. And they told me that they're like, you sound even better than before. And I was like, okay, it's not my imagination. And also, thank you guys for being here for me and like helping me. Because like truly, I definitely would not play as well without you guys. So, and yeah, I think this is the best way, like for me, to practice, and it helps you guys too. So why wouldn't I just do it, right? So, oh, thank you. That's so sweet of you to say that you guys have learned a lot from me, and now I'm learning from you guys. I really feel that it's a two-way street, and I feel that streaming allows me to actually make it a two-way street. I think that's what I was a little bit unhappy about the direction that my videos were going in, that my like pre-edited, pre-filmed videos were going in. I really didn't like the direction they were going in, because it started to become and it started to feel very one-sided. I think some people glorified me as like this person who had all the answers to flute and flute playing, but that's not true. Sure, I might have a lot of experience that maybe a lot of you don't have, and that's the part that I'm more than happy to share. But, and yes, I do this as my profession, but it doesn't mean I know everything. And I was getting very bad imposter syndrome from like from the direction that my videos were going towards. Like a lot of the I straight up had some demands, and as if I was some oracle. I have received messages, even directly, privately, where people would list a random flute and demand that I tell them how it plays and if it fits them. And it really was like, it felt like they were treating me like an oracle. Like it definitely did not help the imposter syndrome. And I was like, okay, something's got to give, something's got to change. You know, I need to change how I'm doing this, because this is not what's the word? I'm having an insane Friday evening brain fart, but like it's not sustainable. That's the word. It's not sustainable. So yeah, I'm really glad that I can connect with you guys here in this format, because I think you guys see the real version of me much more. And also, like, we get to share here, you know what I mean? Like, it's not just me teaching you guys, and like it's more of like a hive mind of all of us sharing our experiences together and learning from each other. And I really love that. I really enjoy that. Yeah, you know, you would be surprised. I have received quite the number of demands from people in private messages over the years. I have received quite a few messages from people demanding that I tell them how this specific flute plays. And you can't answer that when you're just another flutist, when you are just a person, when you're just a human. You can't answer that. How do you answer that? I'm not a flute god, and I am not a flute oracle. Like you like, dude, you know? So yeah, I was like, you know what? I think that this is a symptom of something not going quite the way I wanted to with my content, and we're going to change that. And so I started streaming. And I feel that that has been a really good thing for me. So, you know, I'm not stuck in here with you. You're all stuck in here with me. Vlad, you. Yep, exactly. That's a good answer. Try it. But I have previously tried to tell people that, and they did not accept that as an answer, weirdly enough. So I have, in my experience, I feel that if someone is the type of person to treat someone else like a flute oracle, they're not going to like the answer, which is, please try it for yourself. They're not going to like that answer. Like, if you are the type of person to ask someone as if they were an oracle, do you really think that's the answer you're looking for? Right? Because it means that you have to put in the work. And not everyone wants to put in the work, you know? Flute Genie, help me sound better. Legit. I used to get that a lot. I don't get that so much now, because I think people understand the vibe of this channel through the streams now. So, but yeah, legit, I used to get that all the time. All the time. It's just like an inundation of like comments, and like private messages, emails, where people are just like essentially demanding that I help them sound better. And no one's like, essentially, people are asking me to teach them, and no one, it's like, do you expect me to do this for free? Like, do you expect me to work for free? Now, you guys are probably wondering, well, like, how come you're practicing? Well, I have to practice anyway, guys. Okay. I have to practice anyway. I might as well monetize it here on YouTube. But really, at the root of it, it's, I just noticed I don't practice as well without you guys, straight up. So, like, a lot of these practice streams, well, most of the practice streams here are really just for me, you know? Uh, it is a lot. Yeah, it is a lot. Like, I don't actually, I'm sorry to say, I don't actually read all my DMs. Because it's too much. And most of my DMs tend to be people asking me demanding answers. And, you know, it's, it's a thing. It's a thing. Hey, by the way, I have a Nuvo as well. I legit, I love them. I wish they were around when I was a kid. I wish that was the thing. That was like my number one wish, that I wished when I was a kid that there was like a plastic toy flute that was essentially a fully working actual flute. And that is what the Nuvo is. It's a fully functioning plastic flute, and it is fantastic. I also have one. It was a gift from you guys, actually. Yeah. And I treasure it. I love it. Yeah, your professor, right? I remember your professor also has, Alice Dade also has a Nuvo. It's the cutest thing, isn't it? I freaking love it. Yeah. Oh, so Ruth, that is definitely a thing that is known in the flute world, that all of us are kind of lopsided. Um, Due to the way that we hold the flute, especially in the arms, you can see a difference in the muscle definition. The yes, we are all lopsided. There are such things as a left-handed flute. They're a little bit pricey simply because they essentially have to be uh, made custom. But I believe there's one out there that sells at sort of like an intermediate price. I think it's the Viento. Yeah, I think it's the Viento. Let me take a quick look. I just need to look through my notes a little bit, so give me a second. Okay. Yes, it's a Viento. Viento. And if we are looking on their site, from their site, yeah, you're looking at, if it's closed hole, you could get an open hole. Open hole is running for 3,280 euros, it looks like. The lowest that you can get, so essentially like a beginner model, is 739 euros. Yeah. So if you're curious, this is it. And there are some distributors in the US that seem to sell this. Yeah, that it's a straight up left-handed concert Western concert flute. Yeah. Now, the issue though is that if you play a left-handed flute, all of your right hand fingers are actually now the equivalent of the left hand, right? So all of your fingerings are completely reversed. All of the fingers that you, all of the keys that you were hitting on your left hand, you will now hit with your right hand, and vice versa. So that's something to look into. Now, that might be interesting to do that, but I don't know if that is something that you want to spend your time getting used to, being able to flip between the two. You know, it's like, how do you want to spend your time, basically? So I wonder if it's better to do more exercises on the other side of the body to counteract what you're doing on the flute to even things out. Like you can talk to your, I guess your physical therapist about that. Yeah, so you have to explain to them that essentially a left-handed flute would require you to practice and it much more in order to play that effectively, because everything is reversed. Like your right hand keys become your left hand keys, your left hand keys become your right hand keys, you know. So like I think it's a cool trick to be able to go between the two flutes, but I don't know if it's worth your time, I would say. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. A left-handed flute is fantastic if you're a teacher trying to show students something. Yeah, because then they can see an exact mirror of what they're doing. Yeah. It's a great teaching tool as well. Yeah, that's a really great idea. I was actually going to suggest something very similar, Ruth, that you take frequent breaks and do stretches, exercises, light exercises and stuff like that to just kind of like get your body out of that, you know, that same posture. That's actually one of the reasons why I am allowing myself to talk to you guys more in between practicing, because it takes me out of that single posture. And I personally have also noticed that it's much more healthy for me as well. Yeah. Yeah, the Doppler brothers used to perform that way. One person on the right-handed flute and the other person on the left-handed flute. Yeah. Super cute. Super cute. But yeah, anyway, taking a look at the time, I am way overboard. I gotta go, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today and listening to me talk and also asking your questions and helping me out. And just, yeah, you guys are great. I love you so very much. Please stay happy, healthy, and safe. I will be back on Monday, I believe. Let me see it, because I think I have a fully normal schedule next week. Yeah, so I'll be back on Monday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. I will have the schedule out for you guys right after this stream. But yeah, I love you all so very much. Please stay happy, healthy, and safe. And I will see you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend, everyone. Rest up. Take care of yourselves, because there's no music without the musician. All right? Rest up, everyone. See you on Monday. Bye.